At the beginning of last month, a friend of mine threw a housewarming party and invited everyone over to celebrate. All the guests showed up with all kinds of gifts. Among everything she received, she noticed there was a fairly large antique mirror, but she had no idea who it was from. Since she was so busy hosting, she just left the mirror there and did not think much about it at the time. But after a while, she started talking to me and said that recently her business had not been going well. Money was not coming in easily. And on top of that, there were constant unexpected expenses for illness, for the kids, and for home repairs. As I listened, I suddenly remembered the antique mirror she had once mentioned. From what I have learned about Feng Shui, mirrors are objects that can strongly affect the energy inside a home. If they are placed in the wrong position, or if their origin is unclear, they can lead to financial loss and bring bad luck to the entire family. So I advised her that if she still had the mirror, she should move it to a more suitable spot, such as near a window, to help lessen its impact. Or, if she could not figure out where it came from, she should carefully dispose of it. Sometime after she dealt with that mirror, her family gradually became more stable. Work started going smoothly again, and money was no longer constantly flowing out like before. Besides mirrors, there are many other things you should think twice about before accepting them as gifts. I am going to reveal them to you in this video, so stay with me to avoid unnecessary risks and keep good fortune present in your home. First, to understand why certain items we receive can bring bad luck and financial loss, we need to look at the mechanism of what is called Qi, or human energy. The mechanism of Qi in the energy storage system. According to the principles of Feng Shui, everyday objects act as containers that accumulate energy from their surroundings and from their owners. When you receive an item from someone else, it is essentially a direct transfer of energy. Negative energy flows, or energy that conflicts with the recipient's life path, can create unfavorable disruptions. In folk belief, this is simply called bad luck. Understanding this mechanism requires a combination of traditional Feng Shui knowledge and cultural beliefs in order to recognize which groups of objects are considered taboo, along with effective ways to neutralize their energy. Every object carries its own energy field, which is continuously built up through daily interaction. This creates what is known as human energy, imprinting onto the item. Objects that are used over a long period of time absorb the emotional vibration of their owner, from prosperity to illness, karmic burdens, or difficult life cycles. When an item changes hands, it still retains the energy field of its previous owner. If that person was going through hardship, illness, or emotional heaviness, that layer of energy can follow the object into its new space. Items closely tied to personal life, such as wallets, beds, mirrors, or altar objects, tend to accumulate especially strong human energy. These are considered items that absorb energy deeply, making them more likely to carry old energetic imprints than ordinary belongings. So at the heart of the issue is the interaction between energy fields. When an object has accumulated human energy over time, it forms its own distinct energy zone around it. When that object is brought into a home, its energy zone directly interacts with the energy field of the house and the homeowner. If they are in harmony, everything remains stable. But if they are out of sync, conflict arises, daily life feels less smooth, and financial luck becomes difficult to maintain. Objects that carry impure or heavy energy act like energetic black spots, disrupting the balance of vital life force. They can block the flow of prosperity and affect health. That is why accepting an item also means introducing a new layer of energy into the system already operating within your home. Being able to correctly identify items with high levels of what is known as hostile energy allows homeowners to actively protect positive energy, keep their living space stable, and avoid unnecessary complications. Based on the principle of human energy and the interaction between energy fields, we can recognize certain items that carry higher risks when they change owners. Depending on their function and how closely they are tied to personal life, each object accumulates energy at different levels of intensity. Below are 4 groups of items that require special caution when receiving them, because they directly affect wealth, spirituality, life force, and family relationships. Group 1. Items that define wealth and authority. In folk belief, this group is identified as a system known as the Treasury of Fortune, meaning a storehouse that holds financial luck. Receiving items in this category from someone else can easily lead to chaotic energy and disruption in the flow of personal finances. Each item in this group carries a very strong energy identity, closely tied to an individual's destiny and personal blessings. An improper transfer can create breaks in long-term development and stability. First is the wallet, which symbolizes the intake and preservation of personal financial energy. From a practical perspective, after a period of use, a wallet becomes fully integrated with the owner's blood energy and life path. Reusing someone else's old wallet is considered an act of inviting misfortune upon yourself. If the previous owner was going through financial decline or debt, that stagnant energy can transfer over and restrict the new owner's ability to accumulate wealth. On the other hand, giving away the wallet you are currently using also symbolically means cutting off your own stream of good fortune, causing financial leakage. Therefore, if you want to give a wallet as a gift, Feng Shui advises that it should be completely new, ensuring a fresh and favorable beginning for both the giver and the recipient. Second are fish tanks and decorative rock fountains. These are considered powerful items that guard and activate wealth through the element of water. Water energy can transmit energy extremely quickly, but it is also highly sensitive. Receiving a water element item from someone else carries the hidden risk of what is called water conflict if it does not match the recipient's personal element. A person whose life element conflicts with water may experience an energetic imbalance by placing a fish tank in the home, which can drain vitality and disturb family harmony. The placement of a fish tank must be determined according to the specific flying star Feng Shui chart of each house. Randomly moving it can lead to financial depletion due to directional imbalance and improper energy absorption. Third are statues of the god of wealth and other good luck talismans. These objects carry prayers and spiritual intentions tied to their original owner. In Feng Shui belief, a god of wealth statue must never be given away after it has been worshipped, because doing so symbolically means giving your own fortune to someone else. For the recipient, the old statue may lose its spiritual responsiveness, since that deity has already borne witness to the devotion of the previous owner. Reusing such a statue is considered disrespectful and can disrupt the energy field of the worship area, preventing stable spiritual support. Even small things like loose change found on the street should be treated with caution. That money is often used in rituals meant to cast off bad luck, carrying the negative energy of the person who discarded it. Bringing it home may unintentionally invite misfortune. Group 2. Items that record life force and major events. Within the energetic structure of a home, the altar area and spiritual objects hold the highest concentration of gathered energy. Receiving an altar table or incense bowl from someone else carries the risk of spiritual frequency disruption, creating direct conflict between the heavenly energy of the location and the human energy of the new homeowner. First, the altar table and incense bowl are considered a spiritual home, the dwelling place of deities and ancestors. When a family sets one up, they perform rituals to activate and consecrate it based on their destiny, lineage, and unique spiritual foundation. Reusing altar items from a previous owner is seen as an act of disrespect. It creates overlapping energy layers because the spiritual presence and intentions of the former family are already deeply imprinted on those objects. Without replacing them with new items aligned to the current family, life may become more difficult, and finances may gradually decline due to spiritual magnetic misalignment. Second, mirrors in Feng Shui theory are viewed as bridges that transfer energy between physical reality and the invisible energy field. They have an extremely strong ability to absorb and reproduce energy. Old mirrors, especially those used for many years, have recorded and stored countless images and emotional states of previous users through energetic reflection. If the former owner frequently lived in sorrow, illness, or emotional heaviness, the mirror can become a container of dense negative energy. When a new person takes ownership, they may unknowingly come into contact with those low vibrational frequencies, leading to emotional instability and family conflict. Cracked or broken mirrors are considered especially inauspicious because the sharp fragments create hostile physical energy. They symbolize fragmentation, separation, and broken bonds within family relationships. Managing the energetic boundaries of these two types of items is therefore key to protecting life force, peace, and financial stability for the entire household. Group 3. Furniture with direct contact. Reusing old furniture from a previous owner to save money can directly affect a family's overall fortune. These items tend to trap stagnant energy and carry impure energy because they come into constant contact with the human body. First is the bed. A bed is where we spend a large portion of our lives restoring energy, so it becomes one of the strongest collectors of human energy and emotional imprints. An old bed absorbs the health conditions and mental states of its former owner. Using a secondhand bed can expose the new homeowner to lingering negative influences such as bad luck, illness, karmic burdens, or emotional conflict. If the previous owner was a couple who divorced or constantly argued, that broken energy may remain embedded in the structure of the bed, affecting the happiness and connection of the new owner. Second are brooms and mops. In Feng Shui practice, they are considered among the household items that hold the most impure energy. Their purpose is to sweep away dirt, misfortune, and failure. Reusing someone else's broom symbolically means keeping their bad luck and energetic residue. This can block the flow of positive energy, leading to stalled finances and missed opportunities before prosperity has the chance to build. Third are dishes and kitchenware, often seen as symbols of a family's abundance. Chipped or cracked items, even with tiny fractures, represent financial leakage and lack. In the concept of form energy, an incomplete object emits hostile energy that may trigger tension among family members. If these items were discarded by their former owner, they are believed to have already lost their vital energy. Bringing them home and using them again may unintentionally activate financial setbacks and weaken household harmony. Group 4. Sharp objects. Sharp objects such as knives and scissors carry hostile energy because of their pointed and cutting form. Giving them as gifts during happy occasions like housewarmings or weddings is considered a bad omen, symbolizing severed ties and division between the giver and the recipient. Introducing strongly hostile objects into a new home may disturb family harmony, create unnecessary conflict, and hinder career and financial growth because the flow of energy is constantly being cut. If you have already received these items due to unavoidable circumstances, you should cleanse and reset their energy field. The goal is to remove old energetic layers and establish new human energy aligned with you, preventing stagnant energy from affecting daily life. Here are several methods you can apply right away. How to activate and neutralize energy. First is a symbolic buyback ritual using small change. This method is often applied to items with strong energy identity, such as wallets or statues of the god of wealth. Instead of simply accepting the item, the recipient gives back a small symbolic amount of money to establish new ownership. This transforms the process from inheriting old energy into creating a fresh energetic cycle, helping the new owner start an independent flow of prosperity without being tied to the previous owner's misfortune. You can also use physical and spiritual cleansing methods. Sea salt is believed to strongly absorb negative energy due to its pure crystalline structure. You can soak the item in diluted salt water or place it in a container of sea salt outdoors to draw out stagnant energy. For sensitive surfaces like mirrors or wooden furniture, wiping them with white alcohol mixed with crushed ginger is considered effective. The warmth associated with alcohol and ginger helps remove impure energy and awaken dormant vitality within the object. Sunlight and moonlight can also serve as natural cleansing sources. Placing the item outdoors for 3 days allows it to absorb pure positive energy and release lingering negativity from the past. Burning agarwood incense or certain herbs can further help purify the space, as the fragrant smoke penetrates subtle, energetic layers and restores a peaceful environment within the home. In summary, understanding how energy fields operate helps us live more consciously within our surroundings. When we recognize that every object carries traces of its history, we become more mindful in choosing and arranging our belongings. Objects may be silent, but over time they accumulate their own human energy. Being aware of this allows you to create a protective layer of peace for your family, keeping vital energy clean and stable. If you have any questions about Feng Shui or other topics, leave them in the comments below, and we will explore them together in future videos. Goodbye, and I will see you next time.